cabin sat at the end of a gravel road that wound through pines so thick they blocked out most of the daylight, even at noon. My wife, Sarah, and I had rented it for the weekend because we needed to get away. Really get away. No cell service, no Wi-Fi, just the two of us, our 8-year-old daughter Mia, and the kind of quiet that makes city people nervous. The listing called it rustic charm. The owner called it off the grid. I called it cheap enough that we could pretend it was romantic. We arrived Friday afternoon in late October. The air smelled like wet needles and wood smoke. The cabin was small, one main room with a stone fireplace, a tiny kitchen, a loft bedroom upstairs for us, and a pull-out couch in the living area for Mia. There was an attic hatch in the ceiling of the loft, the kind you pull down with a cord. The owner had warned us not to bother with it, said it was just storage, old junk from previous tenants. Mia was excited about the adventure. She ran around claiming spots for hide and seek before we'd even unpacked. Sarah laughed and said, "Don't get lost in the woods, kiddo." I carried bags inside, feeling the first real unwind in months. Work had been brutal. Arguments at home had been worse. This trip was supposed to fix things. That first night, we built a fire, made s'mores, told dumb ghost stories. Mia fell asleep on the couch with chocolate on her chin. Sarah and I sat on the rug, backs against the couch, watching the flames. For a while, it felt normal. Good, even. Saturday morning, I woke up to Mia tugging my sleeve. "Daddy, there's music upstairs." I blinked. The loft was quiet, no sound except the wind rattling the windows. What kind of music? Like old music, scratchy, a lady singing. Sarah stirred. Probably the wind or a neighbor's radio. No neighbors, I reminded her. The nearest cabin was 2 miles back down the road. Mia insisted. "It's coming from the ceiling." We all listened. Nothing. But Mia's eyes were wide, serious. She wasn't the type to make stuff up for attention. I climbed the ladder to the loft, pulled the attic cord. The hatch creaked down, stairs unfolding like a tired accordion. Dust drifted out, catching the morning light. "See? Junk," Sarah said from below. I poked my head up. The attic was low, maybe 4 feet at the peak. Boards creaked under my weight. Boxes, trunks, a busted rocking chair, and in the corner, under a tarp, an old phonograph. The kind with the big brass horn sitting on a small table. Next to it, propped against the wall, a full-length mirror in a heavy oak frame. The glass looked old, wavy, spotted with age, but clean, like someone had wiped it recently. I laughed. Found the source. Antique record player. Probably hasn't worked in decades. Mia climbed behind me, fearless. "Can we play it?" Sarah appeared at the top of the stairs. "Let's not. Looks fragile." But curiosity won. I brushed off the dust. There was a record already on the turntable. Black shellac, label faded. I cranked the handle, set the needle. Static hissed. Then a woman's voice, thin and warbling, singing something in a language I didn't recognize. Old-timey, like 1920s vaudeville. The horn amplified it, filling the attic with tinny echoes. Mia clapped. "It works!" We listened for maybe 30 seconds before Sarah said, "Okay, that's enough creepy old music. Breakfast time." I lifted the needle. Silence rushed back in. Downstairs, we ate pancakes. Mia kept humming the tune. Sarah rolled her eyes but smiled. "You've got her hooked on antiques now." That afternoon, we hiked. Came back, tired, happy. Built another fire. Mia wanted to play hide and seek again. Sarah hid first in the tiny bathroom. Mia counted to 20 in the living room, eyes squeezed shut. I watched from the kitchen, sipping coffee. When Mia opened her eyes, she froze, stared at the ceiling. "Daddy, it's playing again." I listened, faint, but there. Same song, same scratchy voice drifting down from the attic. Sarah came out laughing. "You left it on, genius." "I didn't. I lifted the needle, I swear." We all went up. The phonograph was silent, needle resting in the cradle, record still on the platter. No one had touched it. Mia whispered, "Maybe a ghost likes the song." Sarah hugged her. "Ghosts don't crank handles, sweetie." But I felt it then, a prickle on the back of my neck, like someone watching. That night, after Mia had fallen asleep on the couch, Sarah and I lay in the loft. The fire downstairs had died to embers. Moonlight came through the small window, silver and cold. Around 2 a.m., the music started again. Soft, distant, but unmistakable. I sat up. Sarah did too. We didn't speak, just listened as the woman's voice floated down, wordless now, almost a lullaby. I got out of bed, pulled on jeans, climbed to the attic. The hatch was already open a crack. I'd closed it earlier. I pushed it wide. The phonograph was spinning, slowly. No crank wound, needle down on the record. The mirror caught the moonlight, throwing my silhouette back at me, tall, rumpled, staring. I lifted the needle. Silence. I stood there a long minute. The mirror reflected the empty attic behind me. Boxes, trunks, nothing else. I went back down, told Sarah it was nothing, wind or something. We tried to sleep. Sunday morning, Mia woke us early. The mirror's talking. Sarah groaned. What now? In the attic, I heard voices, like people arguing, but quiet. We didn't want to, but we went together. The phonograph was quiet. The mirror stood there, reflecting us. Me in yesterday's shirt, Sarah with bed hair, Mia clutching her stuffed rabbit. But in the background of the reflection, behind us, the attic looked different. The boxes were arranged differently. The rocking chair faced the other way, and there were people, faint, shadowy figures standing near the far wall. A man in old clothes, a woman in a long dress. They weren't moving, just standing, watching us. I blinked, looked behind me. Empty attic. Looked back at the mirror. The figures were still there, closer now. The woman's face was clearer, pale, eyes dark hollows. The man held something. A record? Sarah grabbed Mia's hand. We're leaving right now. I nodded. We backed down the stairs, never turning our backs on the mirror. Downstairs, we packed fast, threw things in bags. Mia was quiet, too quiet. As we loaded the car, she said, "They're playing our song." I froze. What song? The one we sang last night, around the fire. You Are My Sunshine. We hadn't sung it loud, just hummed it to her as she fell asleep. I looked up at the loft window, nothing visible, but I felt eyes. Sarah started the car. We're not staying another minute. We drove out. Gravel crunched, trees closed in. Halfway down the road, I glanced in the rear view. The cabin shrank behind us, but in the side mirror, our side mirror, I saw something. A figure standing on the porch, tall, wearing my jacket, same posture, same messy hair, watching us leave. I didn't say anything, just drove faster. We got home late Sunday night. Our apartment felt too bright, too loud. Mia slept in our bed. Sarah and I didn't talk much. We both knew what we'd seen. We just didn't have words for it. Monday, I called the owner, told him we left early, asked about the attic stuff. He sighed. Yeah, there's old junk up there, family heirlooms, my great-grandparents' things. The phonograph was my grandma's. She used to sing on local radio back in the 20s. Died young, some accident in the house. Never found out exactly what. Mirror was hers too. They say she spent hours staring into it after her husband left her. Folks thought she went a little crazy. I asked if anyone else had reported weird stuff. He laughed, nervous. Couple renters mentioned music, said it played by itself. I figured mice or drafts. One family said their kids saw people in the mirror. I told them it was reflections from the trees. They left early too. I thanked him, hung up. That night I couldn't sleep. Around 2 a.m. I heard it, faint, from the living room. Scratchy static, a woman's voice, singing. I got up, walked out. Our TV was off, no radio, but on the coffee table, our coffee table, was the record, the same black shellac, label faded. Next to it, propped against the couch, the mirror, full length, oak frame, glass wavy and spotted. I hadn't brought it home, we'd left everything. In the reflection, the room looked different, darker, the furniture older, and behind me, standing where I stood, was the figure from the porch, wearing my jacket, my face, but the eyes, wrong, too wide, mouth moving, mouthing the words to the song we sang to Mia. I turned, empty room. Looked back, just me now, normal, breathing hard. But the record was still there, needle down, spinning slowly. I lifted it, smashed the record on the edge of the table, shards scattered. The mirror stayed, reflecting me, normal, for now. We don't talk about the cabin much. Mia stopped humming that tune. Sarah checks the locks twice a night. I avoid mirrors after dark. But sometimes, late, when the apartment's quiet, I hear it. Faint static, a woman singing. And in the bathroom mirror, just for a second, my reflection doesn't blink when I do. It waits, like it's remembering the words, like it's learning the song.
like it's practicing being me. And one day soon, when I'm not looking, it'll step out, and I'll be the echo left. And one day soon, when I'm not looking, it'll step out, and I'll be the echo left behind.